Hello, hello. Welcome again to a very exciting live that I am excited to host. Today we'll be talking about doubling your lash income and really not necessarily even just being a lash artist, right? I just have lash artists on today, but really beauty in general. If you offer service-based, if you offer service-based beauty services, let's see here. Let me get one of my guests on right now. It's going to be the perfect live for you. So make sure to stay on here as I get my guest on. Let me get her invited. Okay. Hello, hello.
Hi,
Hi.
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm really good. What's new?
Oh, nothing. How about you?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. I'm excited to chat with you guys today.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Absolutely. So, really quickly, since you've never been on a live with me before, why don't you give everybody like a 5 minute intro on you and just everything that you're doing.
Okay. Um, so my name is Andrea. I am 21 years old. I am from California, Northern California, and I moved to Atlanta like 2 years ago. Start my business and start a new life and stuff, and that's what I've been doing out here, living the dream. So yeah,
Yes,
um,
that's awesome.
A little frozen, I think. There you go.
Okay, great. Perfect. Great, great, great. Okay, great. Well, yeah, for those of you who are jumping on right now, we're going to be asking a lot of questions to Andrea today because she is doing amazing in her business in just a few short months. I mean, it's been pretty phenomenal. So, Chelsea, if you wanted to even start that, I know
Yeah.
yeah.
Andrea, how did you get into lashes even? How long ago did you start? What's your story?
so I started, so I was living in California and I had just graduated high school like a year after high school. I was like, my mom was like, you gotta do something, you know? I went to college, failed, wasn't good at that, and I was like, I don't know what to do or whatever. And we was always arguing and stuff, and I was like, let me like I guess she kind of kicked me out. Like we would always fight. And then I was like, well, I'm just gonna sleep in my car. Like I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, I'm just gonna sleep in my car. Like I don't want to be here. Like I hate my mom telling me what to do every day. I don't know. And with my ex boyfriend at the time, we used to go to this boxing class, and I went to boxing class that day. And I was like, I was telling these girls like, yeah, this and this happened with me and my mom. I'm just gonna sleep in my car tonight. And one of the girls, she's like, oh my god, I can't let you sleep in my car. Just come to my house. So I went to her house, and I ended up staying there for like a month. And she did lashes, and I was like, seeing her have clients come in every day and stuff. And I was like, oh, let me do lashes. Like it's a art. It's something like to do with art, and I'm good at art. I don't have to go to school for real. And if she can do it, and she's taking clients every day, and she's making all this money, like why can't I do it? So that's how I got into lashes. I took a class in LA, and then me and the ex were going through it, and I was like, I need to get out of here. So I moved to Atlanta with my family because all my family lives in Atlanta. So I was like, let me move to Atlanta and start this business. So that's how it started. I just came here and I was like working in restaurants, and I was telling everybody about my business, and I just did a lot of clients, a lot of trial and error, a lot of stuff. And I was like, I want to be in Atlanta Lash Tech, and I live 40 minutes away from Atlanta when I moved to Georgia, and I want to be in Atlanta Lash Tech. So I was like, let me get a job in Atlanta, let me go to school in Atlanta so I can meet people in Atlanta. So that's what I did. And yeah, I ended up getting my own place and I was doing lashes from home in downtown Atlanta. And then now I'm in a salon in Buckhead, which is like a super nice area in Atlanta. So
What made you move from where you were in Buckhead or to Buckhead? Because from LA to Atlanta, that's a different style of lashing, you know? Did you feel like it took you a long time to learn the style of lashing where you moved to in Atlanta from your transition from LA to Atlanta?
yeah, so I had the girl that I took the class from, she did like big lashes, like wispy, like big crazy lashes. And the girl that my friend, she didn't do lashes like that. So I was like, I want to learn from this girl because she does all this big extreme stuff. And I was like, you can probably charge more for that stuff. So originally I did learn already like that, but I really didn't learn for real. Like it was a group class, so it was like you just had to follow along with the group. And like I just, trial and error. I tried a bunch of different stuff. Like I literally just tried it. Like when I was first lashing, I didn't even know how to isolate or place the lashes correctly. Like I would cry sometimes in the middle of my clients, and I'd have like an anxiety attack or something because it was like 3 hours and the lashes weren't even full.
I think
And I
I've
did
the lash artist relate to that 100%.
Black Carrie Bradshaw is asking, what school and how long was the program?
I had went to Health and Style Institute in Buckhead, but and it was only a year long. So esthetician school is only like a year,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. It was really simple, super easy. Like I said, I'm really bad at school, so it was like high school in there. Like it was so easy and just it was super simple. So, but
And
it's worth.
some schools allow you to go part-time. So the school out here that I went to allowed students to go part-time because they know a lot of women coming to aesthetics later, work during the day. So they allowed us to go at night.
Yeah, my school did that too. Like my school did part time or full time. I'm pretty sure like a lot of schools do that because a lot of
Mhm.
people moms and stuff. And yeah, they had like a morning class, an evening class, and a night class. But I went to the morning because that was what was beneficial for me. So yeah.
That's Thanks for your questions, ladies. Keep them coming. That's what we're here for. So, when you were first starting out, how did you decide how to price yourself? Because that's kind of a big thing for a lot of girls in our industry.
I just charge super cheap for lashes. Like I think the first time I was doing it, it was either like $30 or $50. And I just did it for super cheap. I think the when I learned the in my class, like the girl was like, "Oh yeah, charge $50 when you start." I think I was doing $50 full sets, $30 fills.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, I sucked. I wasn't good.
I, everybody sucks. Everybody sucks at the beginning. That's how you learn.
Yeah, and it took me like 4 hours to do a classic set. Like, oof, horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. But when I started getting into easy fans, that's when I thought I was like good. I was like, ooh, this is easy. Let me just do this. And that's when I started charging more like 80. And even then that was cheap, but people would come because I'm like, okay, I'm using easy fans and I'm charging 80 and they look good. I mean, in the pictures. But when you actually get them done and stuff, people's eyes would burn, the lashes would fall off, or like I would damage their lashes, and it would just be a bunch of BS. And like it was
Uh,
crazy.
the easy fans, are you talking about pre-made fans or just the ones that are on the strip that pull off in chunks?
Easy, like those easy. I
Yeah.
first I used pre-made fans when I first started, and that's how
Uh-huh.
the sets look okay, like cool. And then I used easy fans and I made them look like like if they were like handmade, but people
Yeah.
don't. People really don't know. So
Right. The base has a hard time staying when you use easy fans, I found.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I was using the ones
Why?
from Amazon, so it was like super cheap and yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So that's how you judged your pricing. Erica, you were going to say something?
No, so I was gonna say, I actually, so yeah, so you kind of, when it comes to your pricing, you kind of just went off of what maybe you thought your value was. And,
Mm-hmm.
but at some point, right, it was like, something's got to give. I've got to make more money, right? So like, let's talk about the problems that you were having even when you and me started talking. Talk about those problems and how this pricing thing, even though you were learning and you were getting, you were getting better and stuff, it ended up kind of not really, it ended up not really serving you at some point, right?
Yeah. So, well, right around when I met you guys, that's when my retention was like good, like getting good. Because before I used to have a retention problem, and I couldn't figure out my retention problem to save my life. I literally had such a retention problem. Like the work would look good, but my retention sucked. So if you don't have good retention, then I feel like you can't charge all this money because then they just fall off, and then it's like, what the hell, you know? But anyways, I figured out my problem, and I used to, and then my clients would come and they would look good and whatever, but I don't know, there was just, I feel like because I had a retention problem for so long, I felt like my value wasn't very high because I was like, oh, what if these lashes fall off, or what if these people don't like them, or I felt like charging a lot for lashes, you had to be like a celebrity lash tech, or you had to be like that biatch, but it's not about that. It's about the value of your work and your environment and your customer service, and like how long it takes you, and just the quality overall. And it's like I was always so afraid of raising my prices because I thought people wouldn't come back. And I would raise my prices, like my top price for mega volume was like 135. And even then I was like, oh my god, I feel like I'm charging so much, but like people would come and it would be cool. But I don't know, I was like, let me just take a leap of faith and let me just raise my prices, because now I'm about to be in Buckhead, which is like the richest neighborhood in Atlanta, I guess, so I gotta raise my prices. And I did, and like I'm like, wow. Like it's just crazy. Like none of my clients left. They all stayed. My retention is bomb, and I keep getting clients. I would say that it's not as fast as I would get clients before, but it's okay because the quality, the clients that I get now is like more quality clients than before. It would just be like whatever. People could barely get their lashes done type. So
Yeah,
it,
that makes sense. I think it's interesting though that a lot of girls, when they're deciding to raise their prices or feeling like maybe it's time, they don't, they try to just throw a pebble into a pond and look around them and think, okay, well, what is this girl charging down the road? And we found with our clientele that that is just not the way to measure a good measuring stick, because
mhm.
you end up not charging your worth and then not comparing it to a system or putting it into a strategic plan of sorts for your business. What do you think about that, Erica?
Yeah, I think that even with your situation, Andrea, I think that, when we looked at your situation, I think I remember talking about this, and I said, gosh, you're just making a few mistakes that's costing you a lot of money. And I think I remember even telling you on the phone, like, literally, if you just incorporated a few changes to your business, I think that your income would actually double. Um,
Mhm.
because of these little mistakes we're making, right? So it's so weird
Yeah.
how, like, hearing from another person or seeing another perspective or learning something can totally change the dynamic of your business. And so yeah, the way that Chelsea and I look at pricing is we look at it in a strategic way. There has to be some kind of data there. There has to be a formula there that that can show me, okay, you know, what is possible here? Am I able to scale this? Am I able to make more money? Right. And unfortunately, the way that you do things is actually the way that most self-employed people do things. Even me, when I first started like designing, I would just like price it whatever. And I thought, well, you know, it takes me this long and I'm still learning, and I would justify these low prices. And, you know, my clientele can only afford this much. I would say all these things, and none of it was true. It was just my own like crazy brain talking.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and it wasn't until I learned how to actually price my services properly and be able to that I saw, you know, I believe I saw a change in my business. And you know what, those people didn't leave. You know, those fears that you're talking about, I had those same fears. Like, people, they didn't leave. Some people said, oh, that's ridiculous, I wouldn't spend that. But those weren't the people, those were actually clients I didn't even really like that much. And so the ones who respected me stayed. And anyway, that's, yeah, I totally relate to what you're saying. And so yeah, it's definitely, if you're not purposefully, you know, pricing your business, your business services you know, for profit, then you're definitely playing kind of like you're playing a game in the dark that's not supposed to be played in the dark, if that makes sense.
You
Yeah.
money on the table at the end of the day. You want to make sure that you're using a specific formula so that you can move into your growth potential as quickly as you possible, you know. And I'm so glad that, you know, since working with us, you've been able to even make so much more than what you were making at the beginning. Can you tell us a little bit about how that feels and what you're
Amazing. Amazing. Because it's so funny, because the first time I talked to Erica, she was like, yeah, we're going to aim for 10K in November. When I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, I don't know. Like, I've never made this money before, just in 1 month. And I'm like, it just feels like a dream. And then, like, once you get there, it's like, oh, shit, I'm not dreaming anymore. Like, this is real life. And it's crazy because I never thought that I would make that much money in such a short amount of time. And it's crazy. Like, it's life changing. It's crazy. It makes you look at the world just differently. It's like, wow. Wow. And it's just like just little changes here and there makes a huge difference. And it's like, I feel like a lot of people don't make the changes, and they just like, they figure it out like way later, like down their career. And it's like, just even like with how I was saying with my retention, if I would have got my retention figured out like way before, I would have had so many more clients now. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, it feels great.
Our Lash Lab is asking, what formula do you guys recommend? Chelsea, did you want to answer that?
I think, without going into too much detail, because we are live for a limited amount of time, I think what you really need to drill down to is knowing what your monthly expenses are, and then compare that to your experience. And, you know, there is an exact formula,
We
obviously.
do have a formula. Yeah, we do have it. We actually, it's a step by step that we created in an ebook. You guys can check it out in my link in bio, or Chelsea's link in bio. But it's essentially, we compare your expenses, your experience, your hourly rate, and from that point you're able to find out the perfect price point for you. And it's so important for you to be able to figure out these price points so that you can scale up. As you can see, Andrea, she doubled her income and she hit six figures within a period of time, just by tweaking her stuff a little bit. Sweetheart Artistry is asking, do you all suggest to lower your prices to match your competitors' prices, especially if you move to a different city?
No. When you move to a different city, maintaining your prices, if you've already done the work to look at your expenses, compare it to your experience and what you're offering, and then the experience your clients are having when they're in your salon, you can do other things to grow your clientele in a new space. But lowering your prices to match everybody around you isn't going to be one of those things. You can do sales, you can run specials, but a lot of the work that it takes to growing your business in a new city is more, they call it like grassroots. So finding your space and then finding salons in your area, hair salons, nail salons, giving them your business card, introducing yourself. This is one strategy. And then giving them a special discount. That way your work on their eyes is going to go to their established clientele and they will recommend you. So that is one strategy that I've seen work time and time again for a lot of people. Even schools, the teachers.
Or maybe you can keep your prices and maybe be like first time clients, like just first time clients get like a discount. That's it. And then you charge your regular price for fails, and then the next full set is obviously the price, you know, so people feel like, especially if you have quality work and you can see, you know, quality, you can see the quality. They come in, they trust you, they like it, you know, they're gonna keep coming back. It doesn't matter if this person's charging $20 less, but her lashes suck, and you know, if you're charging $20, $30 more, they're gonna come back to you because your lashes are better or whatever it is you're selling.
Well, and two things are going to impact whether or not you have returning clientele, right? Retention and how the quality of the work and their experience with you. So that's your person, you know, customer service, your professionalism, your space. So that's once you get them in the door, though. You know, so the idea of you can run specials and drawings on Instagram. And then 6 months before you move to your area, you start using the hashtag of where you're going to be on your posts so that people who are searching for those keywords in Google, what are those, they call those, Erica? SEOs?
Yeah, SEO. Yeah.
Yeah. Search engine optimization, key phrases that people use that normally, think of what you type into Google when you're looking for something and use those words in your hashtags and start using the location of where you're going to be. So like I'm in Hawaii on the island of Oahu, hashtag Oahu lashes, hashtag Oahu, Hawaii, right? So that's an example of how you can, if you're going to move to a new city, how you can help get new clientele.
Great.
Yeah, you moved into Buckhead,
Buckhead, right?
Buckhead, yeah.
Sorry, man. I don't know.
There's a TV show. There's a show now. That's the only reason I know.
So you moved to Buckhead and you moved into a salon that was already established. So that might be.
It wasn't established.
It wasn't established, but it was shared with the nail tech?
No, with the hair. I mean, we just opened the salon.
Got it.
So, yeah.
Awesome. So that's another way to share clientele, right? If you move into a salon. Talk about that experience because she seems very supportive of you. She shouts you out, yeah?
Yeah. So I don't think she was planning on having a lash tech in here. But the only way that I found this is because I was trying to get my business credit up, right? And I was trying to find out, you know, if you get business credit, you can't work out of your house. You can't have your business address in your house or something. So I was like, okay, let me get a space. And then I was like calling these people, like these offices, and they're like, we don't rent to beauty professionals. It's only like, I don't know, office people. I don't know. But the guy was like, oh, I know this girl who's opening a salon. She might be able to help you. So I was like, perfect. Let me open this. Let me contact her. So I contacted her, and she was like, the salon isn't ready yet, but it's gonna be ready. I'll let you know when it's ready. So every like week, I'd be like, is it gonna be ready soon? Is it gonna be ready? Is it gonna, like, just on her ass? And like even before it even opened, I was like, all right, so is it like, she was like, you know what, it's good enough, so you can come and start working now. But yeah, she's very supportive, and I'm really glad. Like, it's really nice because I just have my little corner over there. That's it. And then this is the salon. It's like the hair, like, you know, hair, just everyone does hair. So like people come and they, you know, they see me over there in my corner and they're like, is she doing lashes? Like, what's going on over there? And then they get my business cards. I have my business cards right there. People just come up to me and they ask me, they do lashes. But then vice versa, like my clients go and they, like, you know, do their hair services with them. So it's like, it's nice. It works for both of us.
Yeah, I love that. So, what is one piece of advice that you would give to a new lash artist who's trying to book out or raise her prices?
Trust your gut. Definitely trust your gut and just like don't give up. Like definitely like it's like different if someone who's starting out or raising their prices is like you gotta have a vision of like what you want your dream prices to be or what you want your business to look like or you know you need to have a vision and you need to have like a thorough business plan, like just something. It doesn't have to be perfect, but like something that makes sense and like just stick to it and be consistent and you'll literally succeed. There's no way that you're gonna fail if you keep being consistent and you keep trying because and like you gotta trust your gut like with everything. And it's like even me just like changing my business name like recently, like I was like, I don't know if I should change it to this, but like my gut was telling me like do it, like do it, do it. Even people would be like, no, don't change it to that or da 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 da. But I was like, I'm just gonna do it, and I did it, and I'm glad that I did it, and just all this stuff, raising my prices. I trusted in my gut. I just did it. Like you just gotta do things sometimes. Take a leap of faith, and don't care about what anybody says. Just gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah.
Can I
Get
say
out of
something
your
about
comfort.
you too, though? You're a little bit more of a risk taker, I think, than a lot of people. For
Yeah.
instance, like even when we started working together, you were like, you know what? You were like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I gotta make it. I gotta make the money, but I'm gonna do it. And so many people at that level, they get scared and they're like, that's so, investing in learning and, taking a risk. I'm literally like spending money to take a risk. Like that sounds like a nightmare. And for you, it was like you didn't even really think too much about it. You were like, I know I need to do this. That may have been like a gut instinct for you. Like you were
Yeah,
like, I'm just gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna do this.
definitely.
So like when you say trust your gut, for you, for like the girls who are listening and stuff, because I know that there's girls who they think a lot, they spend a lot of time in their head, and maybe that's them trusting their gut.
Uh,
What would you say is like the process for you when you say trust your gut? Do you just kind of like, is it impulse, or like where does the logic come from in your head where you're like, yeah, this is a right decision, this is a right decision?
so I'm such an overthinker. Like I am that person. I'd be like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, should I change it to this? Should I do this? I'm just all over. Like, and my gut feeling is like I have a thought in my head and I see a vision. Like if there's no vision, it's not no. But if there's a vision and I see a vision, that's when you know. Like that's a gut feeling. To me, that's a gut feeling, and it feels super scary. It feels like you just have like I get like anxious about it, and I'm just like I don't know if I should do it, but I see a vision, and I'm just like, and a vision as in like I see people liking my product, or I see people coming to do their lashes, or I see just you just gotta have a vision, and I don't know. It's just like it's a very uncomfortable feeling. Like it's very uncomfortable, but the feeling of uncomfortness is like that's the right feeling to me. Like I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but
That's the
like
feeling of growth.
yeah, it's like you gotta feel uncomfortable. That uncomfortable feeling that you have, and even and like I be asking people like, oh, should I do this? And I ask everybody, and some people say yes, some people say no. But it's like if you just have literally like a vision and a feeling that it'll be good, and you just don't know, just do it. Like you just gotta think, what is the pros and what is the cons? What do I have to lose? If you don't have anything to lose, then just do it. Like I don't know. I just I just do it. Like Nike. Just
But I have to say that hard work ethic definitely has shown up in your assignments and your work that we've been doing, and being able to accomplish, all the tasks and see your business grow, you know,
yeah,
so steadily over the last, oh gosh, months. It's amazing to me. So
I can't believe it.
Don't Dolce Minx, the ebook we're referring to is Pricing for Profit, right? Pricing for Profit. Yep.
Yep.
You can go into my link in bio and check that out. It's actually
Yeah.
a full course. We've got like little videos and stuff. It's really like a great breakdown.
Yeah, and it's easy to understand. We made it so that people like us, you know, in the beauty industry, we really uh, wanted to make it easy to understand. And you can always reach out to us for explanations on that. But yeah, you know, I think Andrea, helping you get to this point has definitely been a highlight for me and Erica, I know as well, watching you succeed. And week, you're just so, you know, you're working so hard, you're so tired, but I still see that fire burning in you um, to do more. And now that you've reached this milestone, it's like, what else is possible, right? Um, I mean, how do you feel about that?
I just feel like now that I'm here, it just feels like, okay, I'm here. Like I made it. But honestly, being here, like you would think, oh, I'm making 10K a month. Like I'm like I just feel great, and I do feel great. But it's like I don't know if it's just because I want more. Like I now that I'm here, like I want more. Like I just want what's next. You know,
Yeah.
it's like crazy because once you get here, I'm not gonna say that it's not all that, but like I feel regular. You know, I'm still out here doing my lashes. I'm still, you know, doing my shiz, and it's like it's just a new milestone that I've hit, and like I'm ready for more. Like I'm ready for more. Like it's crazy because now I'm thinking, okay, now I want like 20K. And now when I think about that, I'm like, how am I gonna get there? Like, you know, and it's like
10, when you're reaching for 10.
I know, but it's like I just feel like that's so much more money, and I'm just like, how am I gonna get there? Now I have to do. I have a vision. Like I do know what I have to do, but it's just like it just seems so unrealistic to me, and that's the same feeling that I had when I was gonna like before I hit my 10. So I'm just excited.
Well, we're excited to continue working with you, and we're really happy that you extended your time with us.
Yeah, I'm excited. And for anybody who's on this live and doesn't know or who doesn't want to invest in their business or whatever, like do it because you need to. If you're on this live and you're watching this so you can get more money, invest with Erica and Chelsea. I'm telling you. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. This is not fake. And I feel like a lot of people like they find people and it's like they want to help them with their business and it's like it's not all that, you know? But this is all that. This is all that right here. But it's not just about you guys. It's about yourself. Like how much are you willing to take? Like how much work are you really willing to put in? Like every single thing that they're saying that I need to do this and I need to do this and I need to do this, I do it. Like and I just now I'm here at my goals, and it's just like that's what people just need to do. I feel like a lot of people get distracted, or they're just like, I don't think so, or they're just maybe they're scared or whatever. But like, you gotta get uncomfortable to grow. So
True.
and spend money. So
You do have to spend money, and that's kind of it's just one of those things people don't like to do. They like to try and retract, but the truth is to grow to that new level, you expand, right? So like you were talking about, okay, I got to 10, how do I get to 20? It's more spending. Unfortunately, right? So it's new levels, new devils, what they call it, you know? So
Yeah.
it's just more. It's doing more. Yeah, but it's it's a little bit better at that rate because with lashing you're capped because you're still at an hourly pay, right? So no matter what. So by adding in passive income streams and education and all the things that you're talking about, products and stuff, that's how you can have a little bit better of a quality of life, right? You're not stuck there behind the chair, and you've built it on the foundation of your first like big wins and money and big booking out. And so it really is everything. I believe everything starts at that moment you're booked out. and you are making that first money. It doesn't feel great because you're working a lot, but it opens up everything else, right? Yes.
And it allows you to see your potential. Like, oh, if I can make this milestone, then what's stopping me from moving into the next milestone? So
Yes.
cool. Awesome. Did you have any concluding remarks, Erica?
No. I'm so happy that you jumped on here, Andrea. I can't wait to have you back when you're like talking about how you're selling all these products and you're you're all booked out with your group classes that we're planning for January. I'm just like so excited for you. And seriously, like you are so special. And I think about our first call, and it wasn't even that long ago. It's like, geez, it was just a few months ago. We were literally talking, and you're like, yeah, okay, I see, only a few tweaks. All right, let's do it then. And here we are. And so it's just so cool to see. And you know, I'm proud of you. And so I hope that you're rewarding yourself a little bit for this as you know, because like you said, because I can relate to that. The climb is the climb. You hit 10, you want to hit 20. You're going to hit 20, you're going to be pissed off, you're going to want 80. So
Yeah.
so that's just the name of the game, right? So just make sure you're giving yourself rewards at each stage, you know? Yes.
Do you are you excited about your products and going into that route too?
Yes, I'm tired of buying from other people. Like, I just want to have it myself. Like,
Especially as a trainer.
yeah, and it's like it's crazy because I realize like it's not like yeah, when you first start lashing, like if you don't have quality products that you're giving your students to learn from, it's like now they have to figure out what kind of products they have to buy, like by themselves because you gave them like these shitty ass products and you expect them to learn how to do lashes with that? Like, no. So that's why I want to give my students my products that I use because obviously if I'm using them and I can do lashes hella good, you can do it too. All you gotta do is practice. But at least you got the right products. You don't gotta go searching for all these other, things. I can tell you, oh, maybe you can go and get other things from other places if I don't have it yet. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited. Like, but that's like a lot of money too that you gotta invest too. So that's just like that's something that my 10K has helped me to do is invest in my products. So.
That's why that's the first level of the trifecta that I talk about. You've got to be booked out and busy before you start investing in product. You need to be able to spend money on products. So I'm just happy that you took that step first. And I'm sure you are too, having the money available, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story and just the light that you've been for us. And we are excited to see what new milestones we move into and have you.
I look forward to having you on again soon, okay?
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.